Hello everyone, free crash course for Prelims 2020, Lecture 3. Today Lecture 3. So in Lecture 3, I am going to discuss about the Prelims point of view, exam oriented questions I am going to discuss in free crash course. So why you have to follow me? So myself I am VISHNU. I attended UPSC interview 3 times, marginally I missed it. From then onwards I am into the civil services teaching. I am a civil services trainer. I am a mentor too. So I taught at very famous institutions of Bangalore, Hyderabad, Trivandrum. So you can trust me and you can follow my free crash course. So already 2 lectures completed. This is a 3rd lecture. And to continue the free crash course on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. Then you will get the notification. Just tip the bell button on the YouTube. So the topic today is Border Adjustment Tax, BAT, Border Adjustment Tax. What is this Border Adjustment Tax? So we know imports, we know exports. Imports means which we are buying from outside. Export means which we are selling to outside. Is export and import. So when we are importing from outside, when we are taking from outside, the tax will be imposed on the imported goods. That will be customs duty. That will be the customs duty on the goods which we are importing from outside. So this is border adjustment tax, is additional tax which is recommended by Niti Aayog member, which is recommended by the Niti Aayog member. Niti Aayog member favored border adjustment tax on imports. So apart from additional to customs duty, now onwards there will be border adjustment tax which is recommended, not implemented, which is recommended, so that we can control imports. We can control imports, by which we can also reduce the trade deficit. That is the major intention of this border adjustment tax. So when we are getting, for example, when this Chinese president, when he is trying to import his goods, then the Donald Trump, he is also using his weapon by increasing the tax, border adjustment tax. Similarly here, if anyone China is throwing the goods, similarly he is also throwing in the form of tariffs, increased tariffs. So that increased tariffs, in order to control the imports, is border adjustment tax. This suggestion comes in the background of US-China trade tensions. This move provides a level playing field to domestic industry, so that the domestic industries will be protected. This is also one of the examples for protectionism. Border adjustment tax, duty to be imposed on imported goods in addition to the customs at the port of entry, based on destination principle of taxation, promotes equal conditions of competition. So extra tax will be imposed on the import goods. That is called as border adjustment tax, BAT. What it will do? What is the impact? Prelims point of view. Imports reduce and exports increase. So we will be thinking about exports and we will be decreasing the imports. Reduce trade deficit. Whatever the trade deficit is there, the imbalance between the exports and imports is called as trade deficit. That trade deficit will come down. This is about border adjustment tax, number 1. The second topic is countervailing duty versus anti-dumping duty. What is this countervailing duty? What is this countervailing duty and what is this anti-dumping duty? It's expected question for prelims. What is countervailing duty? If you see here, you can notice tariffs, taxes. If you see here anti-dumping duty, here you can say dumping. So when any country, by giving subsidies, by reducing the taxes in that country, by giving subsidies, so because of giving subsidies, because of reduction in taxes, there will be more amount of production will happen in that X country. So because of subsidies given, when the local people, when they manufacture more in amount, then they can pump into the other countries in the form of exports from that X country, import to my country. So in order to control that exports of that country, my imports, in order to control that imports, what I will be doing, I will be placing extra tax. That extra tax which is imposing against the subsidies which are given by the X country is called as countervailing duty. It is called as countervailing duty. I am countering. So if they are giving subsidies, I am increasing the tax. So that the subsidies which is given will be equivalent to here. Why? Because I increased the tax. That is called as countervailing duty. Next is called as anti-dumping duty. The other country which produced in lump sum, very large, robust production if they have. So as they have the robust production, if they push more quantity into any other country like my country, if they push their productivity into my country, as the supply is more, obviously the demand will reduce. So what will happen in the domestic country? The prices will come down. Then what I will do, in order to control the dumping, I will increase the dumping duty by name called as anti-dumping duty. When they are dumping also, the taxes will be imposed on that, so that they cannot dump into our own country. That is called as anti-dumping duty. See, customs duties on goods that have received government subsidies in X country, in the originating or exporting country from their country, imposed under WTO to neutralize negative effects of subsidies. So that is subsidies in the form of money, cash transfer, incentives, so tax benefits. I will be countering, this country will be countering the exports of that country, that is called as and countervailing duty, CVD. Whereas anti-dumping duty, customs duty on imports providing a protection against the dumping of goods. Like electronic goods which is coming from China, we can impose anti-dumping duty so that the prices will increase, so that our population will not buy it. To guard against unfair trade practices can be country and exporter specific. In that way, countervailing duty mainly restricting the subsidies in other country which is coming into my country, in our country. Anti-dumping duty, because of robust production, if they are entering into our country, I am stopping by imposing extra tax. That extra tax is called as anti-dumping duty. That is a major difference between countervailing duty and anti-dumping duty. Third, recently a index report was been released which is called as Global Press Freedom Index 2020. Global Press Freedom Index 2020. Reporters Without, who released it? Reporters Without Borders, prelims point of view. Global Press Freedom Index 2020, who released it? Reporters Without Borders has released the World Press Freedom Index 2020. What is the rank of India? 142. How many countries participated? 180 countries participated. So we are worst performing. If you see here in the map, world map, at the fifth level, at the 1, 2, 3, at the fourth level, there is difficult situation in red in color. If you see, India is also red in color. So India is also in difficult situation with respect to press freedom. So prelims point of view, you have to remember what is the situation in India according to Global Press Freedom Index. It is difficult situation. It is in difficult situation. Whereas white color is good situation, like what? Scandinavian countries, New Zealand, where the freedom is enjoyed by the press. White. Worst performers are black in color. The China is black in color. Worst performer with respect to press freedom. Press Freedom Index 2020. So prelims point of view, Global Press Freedom Index 2020 is released by Reporters Without Borders. India is in difficult situation. India rank is 142 out of 180. Global Nutrition Report 2020 was been released. Global Nutrition Report 2020 has been released. Global Nutrition Report 2020 stated that India is among 88 countries that are likely to miss global nutrition targets by 2025. We have global nutrition targets which need to be reached by 2025. That targets are missing. It is also identified the country as one with highest ratios of domestic inequalities in malnutrition. So domestic inequalities, lot of gaps are there, social gaps are there, economical gaps are there with respect to malnutrition. So Global Nutrition Report, Action on Equity to End Malnutrition. Global Nutrition Report is what? India's status. What is India's status? India will miss targets for all 4 nutritional indicators. 4 nutritional indicators are there under Global Nutrition Report 2020. What are those? Stunting among under 5, anemia among women of reproductive age, childhood overweight, exclusive breastfeeding. These are the 4 parameters by which India is very, very, very underperforming under Global Nutrition Report 2020. This topic you can write in your anthropology, nutritional anthropology, This topic you can write in your general studies with respect to malnutrition, general essay. Everywhere you can use this report. India's performance in indicators. First, stunting and wasting among children. India is identified as among the 3 worst countries along with Nigeria and Indonesia. India is worst performing. India partners are who? Indonesia and Nigeria, in which stunting and wasting. What is stunting? What is wasting? Clearly I will explain. Number 2, overweight and obesity. 21.6% of women and 17.8% of men. Many obese adult females than their males. Third, anemia. Fourth, underweight children. Underweight children are 58.1% of boys and 50.1% in girls. This is the situation of India with respect to nutrition. Stunting and wasting among the children, overweight and obesity, anemia where the blood, they will lose the hemoglobin levels, mainly women will be suffering a lot. 1 in 2 women of reproductive age is anemic. That means from the menstrual cycle to the end of the menstrual cycle, menarche to menopause, 1 in every 2 means 50% of the woman is suffering with anemia. So this for prelims point of view, global nutrition report, India is performance. What are the indicators? Stunting and wasting, overweight and obesity, anemia and underweight children. I will tell you what is this. We use this word stunt. Stunt means who is short than normal. Wasting means who is thinner than normal. That means everyone should be normal. Means body mass index, height for age, weight for age, and weight for height. These are the 3 indicators which is important. That is called as normal. If any individual is short in normal, that particular individual is called as stunted. If any individual is thinner than normal, that is called as wasted. And this is normal, this is wasted, this is stunted, and this boy is wasted and stunted. Normal, wasted, stunted, wasted and stunted. Wasted and stunted. Stunting and wasting. Number 2, overweight and obesity. Number 3, anemia. Number 4, underweight children. Global Nutrition Report 2020. Fifth, very recently released, Energy Transition Index 2020. Energy Transition Index 2020. Released by whom? World Economic Forum. Who released it? World Economic Forum. Very, very important. So, Energy Transition Report. Earlier name of this is Energy Architecture Performance Index. Now it is called as Energy Transition Index. Earlier name is Energy Architecture Performance Index. Energy Architecture Performance Index. Now it is called as Energy Transition Index 2020. Who released it? World Economic Forum will release it. World Global Energy Transaction Index released by Global Economic Forum. India's rank improved to 74%. Sweden is the topper. See, Sweden is the topper and India rank is 74. Economic Transition, Energy Transition Index is a fact-based ranking to enable policymakers and business to plot the course for a successful energy transition. It builds on its predecessors, the Energy Architecture Performance Index. So, on the earlier Energy Architecture Performance Index, on that index only, now this Energy Transition Index has been constructed. World Economic Forum. So there are some dimensions are there when we are giving the ranking. Why? Because India rank is how much? 74th. Capital and investment, how much we are putting on electricity. Regulation and political commitment. Institutions and governance. Infrastructure, innovative business and environment. Human capital and consumer participation. Energy system structures. This is dimensions. Enabling dimensions. System performance imperatives, security and access, environmental sustainability, economic growth and development. That is called as system performance imperatives. But exam point of view, this is important. What are the dimensions which we use for the calculation of Energy Transition Index 2020 is capital investment, regulation and political commitment, institutions and governance, infrastructure, innovative business environment, human capital and consumer participation and energy system structure. Why? Because in previous examination, what are the indicators present in this index? What are the measurements which we use to calculate? Those all are there. So, Energy Transition Index report is given by World Economic Forum. Yes. So, this is very important for your prelims point of view. And tomorrow I will come with lecture 4 free prelims crash course. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.